Hey y'all, welcome to this edition of Gamble's Ramble, the vlog, the channel, the YouTube experience. And with you is myself, as always, host and creator Glenn Archie Gamble. I'm a 40-year career musician, 40-plus year career musician from London, Ontario, Canada. You might ask, where is London? It's halfway between Toronto and Detroit. So I welcome you to the channel, and here we discuss my career with playing with bands like Helix and the Buffalo Brothers, Aaron Allen, the Joys, and I've also backed up artists like Dee Snider from Twisted Sister, Lita Ford from the Runaways. I played with Ace Frehley on a couple of occasions. I've had a pretty interesting career, and here we talk about that, but we also talk about pop culture and movies and books and art, and in particular music. So I welcome you. Now, if you are new here, you want to start off on the good foot, like James Brown would say, ow! You can click subscribe below. It's free, it won't cost you a penny, and it does the channel a big favor. So, and if you're a returning subscriber, I thank you also for being here. Thank you so much. Now, if you are a returning subscriber or if someone that follows this channel, you know that I have a soft spot for the Mexican band The Warning. And they are a trio of sisters from Monterrey, Mexico, who are young women in their early 20s, and just fantastic musicians, great songs and stuff. They really put the skewer through the heart of the whole rock and roll is dead myth, because it's very much alive with young artists like these, and they're absolutely incredible. If you don't know who they are, I suggest you follow their career. Go back and listen to some of their stuff after you watch this video, of course. And today what we're going to do is we're going to review their new single called Ritual, and the video and the song. It came out 3 days ago, okay, and it popped up in my YouTube feed, a YouTube short, which is a 1-minute clip of the video. And I intentionally made myself swipe it away to not watch it because I wanted to do this review fresh, having not watched it. And for the last 3 days, I've just been incredibly busy booking a really exciting upcoming opportunity I have. I'm taking a trip to the U.S. in a couple of weeks to Colorado. Well, I made a vlog about it. I'll put the vlog in here, and the link is in the description. You can check it out for yourself and support it. But long way of saying, I finally have the time to get around to watching the Ritual video now. So, yeah, like I said, I won't give you much background about The Warning. You can do that for yourself, but I suggest that you do. If you don't know who they are, after you watch this video, go back and check out some of their stuff. They've been doing it for at least 10 years now. And they started as children, okay? So again, you can find all that out for yourself. But what we're going to do is a professional reaction video to the new single and video called The Ritual, or pardon me, called just Ritual. Sorry. So the way we usually do this is, excuse me, I do it in 1-minute increments. That's what she said. And I'll watch the video, split screen it with you, you'll watch it with me, and I'll remain silent through that 1 minute. And at the end of the minute, we'll talk about what we just watched. Through trial and error, I have found that this is the best way to do it. So, and this song is 3 minutes and 31 seconds, so we can split it into 3 convenient chunks. So we're going to start with the first part of the song right now at 0.00. If you want to watch it with me, black screen, we're going to press start now. At exactly 1 minute. It's right where the chorus is kicking into the song. So, wow, first of all. Stunning visuals in this video. And as I've mentioned in my previous reaction videos to The Warning, you can tell a band's success when the budgets for the videos increase. It means the album sales are increasing and they're getting to be a larger and larger act internationally in particular, because the label will pump more money into promotion and in particular things like videos. So yes, there's a lot of CGI and green screen stuff going on here, but there's also some big budget type of shooting things you can tell as well. There's some things you just can't fake, right? Now, it opens with a scene of a mob. Everybody's dressed in kind of an off-white. It kind of looks like a cult or a group of some sort of religious thing, and with some sort of leader that they're following. And the girls, the women, the rock and rollers, are dressed as angels. And you notice that they're angels with tinted wings, so perhaps they're not. Maybe there's some symbolism there. Maybe they're not pure angels. You let me know what you think in the comments about that. And I gotta say that musically, video aside, the video so far looks really stunning. Musically, this is almost prog rock in its complexity. Now, we do know a little bit about this song because they've been playing it live before this single was released. And I do admit that I have heard a little of snippets of it. But I intentionally didn't listen to the whole song. And I certainly didn't listen to the official single the other day when I had the chance to, because I've been waiting for this. But there's odd time signatures going on. And like I said, an almost prog rock kind of feel. Very cool musicianship. They're all great players. And lyrically, they're really stepping up to the plate with this one. There's a lot of multi-syllable, larger English words. Now, for those of you who don't know, the ladies are Mexican by nationality, but they speak fluent English and, of course, Mexican, Spanish rather. Now, I believe, and you guys can correct me in the comments here if I'm wrong, I believe Pau, the drumming sister, has always been the strongest English speaker in the band, followed by her sister, Ale, and then Danny is the one that has come along the most. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think that's the case. But Danny is the lead singer. So you see him in interviews now. And originally, when they first started doing press, putting albums out and stuff, Pau, which is short for Paulina, would take the lead in the interviews, primarily because of her forceful personality, this kind of person she is. Most drummers are. And also because her command of English was so good. But I really think that touring the world has made these ladies into international citizens. Their English is impeccable now. And the lyrics are really complicated and really, like, it ties in with prog rock. Prog means progressive rock, which means music that's a little more complicated than straight ahead, rock and roll, 12-bar blues-based chord progressions. And usually, prog rock bands also use very, very good vocabularies and use larger words and involve things like sci-fi and fantasy and stuff. So, I mean, a band like Rush, Neil Peart was the lyricist, drummer Neil Peart was the lyricist, and I believe Pau is in this band. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, the primary lyricist and songwriter. Neil used words that no one's ever used in rock and roll before. And I sense there's a bit of prog rock influence going on here. So, very cool. So we'll move on to the second minute of the video. I'm going to press it right at 1 minute, and you can watch it with me. And we're going to press start right now. we're stopping right at exactly 2 minutes again, going into the chorus again, coincidentally. So yeah, this is, wow, it's really a new avenue for the girls. And it's very cool. I see them showing off their chops a little bit because they really can play. All of them are fantastic musicians and they've earned it. You know, they've earned their ability and they've earned their reputation. They've earned everything the old-fashioned way, which is by just getting out on the road and doing it, playing. That's how you get good. The 10,000 hour rule, night after night. And their chops are being flexed in this song for sure. Now, as for the visuals, I'm trying to figure out exactly what the actual theme is. Now, with art, a lot of things are open to interpretation. Most art, and most good art, is open to interpretation. The lyrics, if you look at them, and listen to them, and look at the visuals, kind of tie together. Ignoring my prescription is my new addiction is one of the lines. I'm paraphrasing. So it's pretty cool. I visually am getting kind of, as I said, take on the girls are portraying angels with actual wings. And it's some kind of religious theme or a cult type theme. Not occult, but a cult of people. And again, once again, let me know what you think. There might be, super fans might know there might be a literal interpretation of this video that I'm unaware of. What I can't tell is that, obviously there's a lot of CGI and green screen stuff going on, which is great. It's really well done. It's very cinematic. But I'm wondering if they actually did shoot in a desert area at all, or if it's all just green screen. If you know, please, once again, let me know you know where in the comments, okay? So it's hard to tell, but when we freeze it right at 2 minutes, there's a shot with a great big stone wall behind them. And it's just great. The cinematography is amazing. It looks epic. It looks like an epic movie. Like old Charlton Heston, you know, playing Moses, parting the Red Seas, kind of epic, you know? So we're going to move on to the last third. Now the last third is longer. It's about a minute 30 seconds. And maybe the theme will present an actual, you know, an explanation of what the visuals are about. So far, it just seems a little vague to me, but that's just me. So I'm going to press start at the 2 minute mark for the rest of the song now. Okay, the credits are rolling now. It's produced by Knives and Roses. I'm blown away. This is really a very epic song and video. I'm trying to watch it and take in the visuals and the music at the same time to give you reactions. It's hard to remember because there's so much going on. So let's start with the music, okay? Cool breakdown in the middle, where it breaks down to just the single string riff that Danny plays. That's kind of her signature thing, with a really cool, super saturated, distorted sound. And Powell comes in with the drums, and then they start playing around, flipping the time signatures around. Very Rush or Dream Theater-like. And very cool. I'm not usually much of a fan of prog rock. I find that a lot of musicians, prog rock musicians, play just to impress themselves and other musicians, and it's not very melodic, but the girls always know how to write a hook. So it's actually really cool. It really pulled me in musically. And, you know, the lyrics, again, are very profound and very deep. I haven't picked up the true meaning of the song. If you know, tell me. And once again, all great art is open to interpretation, right? So, but visually, yeah, like they've taken this album and this series of singles, they've really taken the visuals up a notch. Like the first one, which I reviewed, Kerosene, which I'll put the link in the description, was a fun, tough and funny, cool video that took place in a tattoo shop with muscle cars and fire and all the rock and roll cliches, but the girls are just rolling around in it and loving it, right? That one was cool and very cinematic also. You know, the second single, Ego, which is in Espanol, in Spanish, and I'll put the link to in the description to that one as well. We talked about that one. And that also was a very upscale kind of video. Again, you can tell it's very much shot like, you know, in front of an LED screen and some green screen stuff as well. And it's black and white, but it's still very artistic and very well done. But this one is a whole other thing altogether. Like this is, if I didn't know better, you could tell me that they had written this song for the soundtrack of a movie and that some of these scenes were taken from the plot and taken from the movie itself and were part of the plot and storyline of a film. Very cinematic and very, very cool. You know, that's one thing I really like about The Warning, okay? Being younger and being musicians of today, they are an excellent blend of their classic rock heritage, what they grew up listening to from their parents and their parents' record collection, to today's modern music that they enjoy and what influences them also. And they put it together in a bowl and they mix it up, and that's their sound. See, like I look at a band like Greta Van Fleet, let's say, and I'm not putting anybody down, but they are literally, to me, and I have nothing but respect for their success and their ability, but they're just kind of a rehash of something that's already been done. To me, you don't have to agree, you know, but it's just basically Led Zeppelin light, you know. Whereas a band like The Warning, you can tell that something in their sound will be influenced by Led Zeppelin, but then they'll break it down in the middle eight and it'll sound like Muse, and then it'll sound like Queen, and then it'll sound like Tool. Like, I mean, it's really cool. They've got multiple points of points of influence. That's not the word I was looking for, but yeah, definitely have, you know, lots of different influence in their music, and you can hear it, including, I hear sometimes in Powell's drumming as a drummer, hip hop and pop kind of grooves that she throws in underneath Danny's really heavy guitars, and it works, you know. So that's what makes them appealing, is they don't really sound like any one type of music. They're a good blend of a whole bunch of different kinds of musics that I like, you know, and you as well. Let me know if you think that's an accurate statement in the comments below. Okay, so we're just going to wrap it up here by saying that, yeah, I mean, once again, 2 thumbs up to the ladies. Fantastic video. Again, there seems to be some kind of cult theme to and a ritual taking place. You know, there's shots of the girls standing over themselves with knives in their hands, and who knows what we're implying there, but themselves lying on stone tables, and they're standing over with short knives. And there's some fire and white horses, and an owl flies out of Danny's chest. A white owl flies out of Danny's chest at one point. So I'm sure there's symbolism and meaning to all of this. I just don't know what it is. And if you know what to do. Let me know. I'd love to know. I know the hardcore fans know. But it doesn't matter because it's so visually stunning. It's just beautiful to look at. You don't have to. Sometimes you just shut your brain off and something is appealing because it's appealing. You know what I mean? You know, leave it to art critics to find the meaning in art. I always liked Andy Warhol. His soup cans. They caught my eye. His portraits. Colorful, they caught my eye. There's no deeper meaning to why I like them. It just looks cool. So, while I'm sure there is some sort of deeper meaning going on in the storyline and the visuals and even the lyrics in this song, to me it's just like shut my brain off for 3 minutes and 30 seconds and watch this really well-produced and very well-directed video, well-produced music, listen to it. And the video and the song sync up together really well. They support each other really well. So I think it's absolutely great. It's another home run from the ladies. And yeah, you know, there's a bit of a slick production going on again with Dani's vocals. But unlike, what was the one song we reviewed? I didn't really care. With Kerosene, they put some effect on her voice that I didn't care for. It's like an auto-tune type thing. I've already discussed it. You can go back and watch the video. Some of you agreed with me that it was questionable. But I get why they did it. They're just trying to keep up with what's current on radio. And regardless when anyone tells you, I'm telling you as a person that's had multiple record deals, albums are mixed to specifics, to a specific sound, and especially singles, because record companies and producers want a hit. They listen to what's out there and they try to make something sound, talking about sound-wise, mix-wise. So effects like auto-tune are hot. So of course they're going to dip their toe in the pond because everybody wants radio play. That said, I don't think it's auto-tune on this, but there's some kind of cool shimmering effect on Dani's vocals. Do you hear it too? Let me know in the comments below. And let me know what you think in general. Okay, folks, thanks for tuning in. Once again, I always appreciate your support. I'm trying to regrow my channel. For your follower of mine, you know this is my second channel. My original channel, The Gamble Ramble, got the hook taken off the air, so to speak. But now I'm back and I'm building this up and I'm at almost 700 subscribers. My immediate goal is for 1,000. So if you could please press subscribe, like, comment, share, and just support anybody you can. And if you want to support a little further, I have a Facebook group, which I'll put the link in the description. You can join that. And also I have a Patreon page. It's $5 a month to join. And I post stuff on there that I don't post on my other social media outlets. And think of it as buying me a beer or a coffee and we sit down and I tell you some of my road stories and things like that. So the link is in the description. If you want to support the channel that way, you can. And rock and roll, and here's to the warning once again. I'm hitting it out of the park. I'll see you guys next time.